We need more shows like this. Hello, welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host Khaleel Ward. On this episode, I'll be talking about Kizazi Moto, Generation Fire. It's a Disney Plus show. It's 10 episodes, sci-fi anthology series from Africa, futuristic Africa. All the stories are about like technology or spirits or monsters, but it's all taking place in Africa. It's a different version of Africa, and it's incredible. It reminds you of Star Wars Visions, if you ever watched any of that, where you don't have to watch it in order. The episodes are really short. They're like 15 to 16 minutes. You can watch it in any order you want. And it's just beautiful. Like the art styles for the different characters are beautiful. The stories they tell are beautiful. This is definitely something you should check out. You should watch it with your kids if you have kids, because it's different and it's fun. And I can't go over every single episode, but there are some favorites that I have that, stand out. The first episode, it honestly feels like Black Panther. It feels like you're in Wakanda. It reminds you of the people from the first Black Panther, that they were taking care of the rhinos. They wore blue and they were going against the Black Panther at one time. Can't remember the name of the tribe, but in this particular episode, they are herders and they're taking care of cows, and they have the tech on their ears, and the cows have their tech, and they are just watching him. But there's one boy who breaks into the place, and he wants to join the herders. He's a little brother of one of the herders. He wants to join them because he heard how great they are and what they do. And they give him some insight about being a herder is not all what it's cracked up to be. And then something happens and they get attacked, and the boy has to step up and use his own tech to protect the cows and protect the herders. And it was a cool first episode to see the direction that this show will take, that everything will be different. And I was fired up after watching it. I was like, okay, this is cool. Then there's like more subtle episodes, like a racing episode between a mother and son, and about tradition and stepping up for one another. There's a surfing episode about a grandmother and her grandson, when the grandson was scared to get back in the water, and the grandmother was like this legendary surfer, and he couldn't live up to her name, but eventually he got a chance to. It's just like little things like that. And I'm like, this is what we need to see. We need to have this promoted more by Disney Plus, by anybody who watched this. I haven't seen many people talking about it. And I'm like, this is really cool. My favorite episode, I believe it's episode 5. It's about a young girl getting a totem. And the totem would make her an adult. But in the process of going to get this totem, she has her family with her, her mother, her father, her grandparents. They are so excited for her, they kind of start to ignore her a little bit. And we've seen this in shows before. And it gets to a point where they are arguing and bickering so much that when it's time for her to get her totem, she doesn't get anything. And the grandparents are mad, the parents are mad, and the young girl ends up in this different place. And when she gets there to see why she didn't get a totem, her ancestors are fighting too, because they don't know what totem to give her. And the totem is supposed to help, connect the past and leads to the future. So her grandmother wants her to be a healer. Her mom wants her to focus on physics, but they never ask the girl like what she wants to do. And she has to figure it out, how to get a totem so she could become an adult. And it's cool. It's not action packed. Some are really action packed, have chase sequences, some fighting going on. Others are really calm and small. There's one about social media, and this guy wants to be a creator, and he becomes like the god of creation. But he has to get 1 million views in like 24 hours to become this god. And while he's there trying to do it, he's making all this content, and he's with another god there. And he realizes that you have to put on this face to be a god. And they both realize that while they are being themselves, it's doing great, but then people turn on them, just like social media, and it's not for them. And it was like, wow, that's very relevant. It's very cool. And again, 10 episodes, they're like 15 minutes. Start with any episode you want and just watch it. Watch this show. It's a great show. It's called Kizazi Moto, Generation Fire. It's definitely something you want to check out on Disney Plus. If you've seen it, let me know what your favorite episode was. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.